Welcome to CoPay with April Body. Okay, I don't know why I immediately turn on a radio voice. It's like you give a girl a microphone and she's like, hello, welcome. Also, I'm gonna need y'all to bear with me recording this episode because I'm playing around with the audio. I have not recorded an episode in like 2 years. I don't know when's the last time. I've been with my podcast that I am trying to bring back, which brings me to another thing. Why I have not been recording. Last time, I think I was going through the whole fibroid, the drama of it all. Now I have learned way more about my body than I ever wanted to learn. Because cancer. Yeah, 10/10 don't recommend. Terrible Yelp reviews. Yeah, so thyroid cancer, not fun. And anyone who has dealt with cancer or just going into an appointment for one thing, like if you ever had like an MRI or a scan or anything like that, like you go in for one thing and then it leads you down a rabbit hole because you're like, oh yeah, we saw something in another area. I'm like, hey, let's keep the main thing the main thing. We're here for the thyroid. What are you doing picking up other areas? So yeah, I may or may not get deeper into how that has been for me, but I am in a much better place, I think, mentally. I'll say I'm in a better place today. It's truly day by day. Today, I feel like she's gonna be all right. Life is good. But it's so funny because also being over your 40s, I mean, being over 40 is also a whole nother thing. Okay. Now, me and my coworker, lunch has turned into a support group because she, we were talking like brain fog and all the things we just did not know at turning 40. And I was like, yeah, girl, and I don't have a thyroid, so it's getting worse. She was like, yeah, our thyroids, that's Rick Ross. I was like, huh, it is though. Thyroid going around like I'm a boss. But I don't have a boss anymore. I am managing my whole organ team like an unpaid Sonya Morgan intern. Yeah, another fun fact about me, I use a lot of Bravo. I speak very fluent housewives in Bravo. But I say all that to say, yes, I'm not a doctor, but if you're anything like me, you have questions and you want to feel seen in your answers, or sometimes you're scared to ask them out loud. And if you are, you have come to the right place. You can submit anything to me. I will go down the rabbit hole with you. This is now a shared investigation. Okay, we will figure out and navigate the world and our bodies together. All right. Speaking of, story time. Okay, let me tell y'all about how I found out that I am a mutant. Yeah, you heard that right. A mutant. Not like the X-Men. It's actually worse. I am a sleep mutant. So I've always felt different. Growing up, school was hard because mornings just felt violent. And they still do. The hours of 9 to 5, jail time immediately. Okay. I basically don't come alive until night. Like nighttime, I love it. I live or when I'm by the ocean, which honestly should have been my first clue. But recently I have done, I guess what you consider like ancestry.com. or some Recently I have connected with my mutant family and I'm a dolphin. Yeah, you heard that correctly. Dolphins are highly intelligent. They thrive at night. They hate captivity. And some people would say I am more of a night owl. And that is what I thought I was for a long time. I really thought I was a night owl. But I'm not an owl because owls are wise and silent. That ain't me. Okay? Dolphins. These are dolphins. These are the characteristics of my family. Dolphins are smart, overstimulated, light sleepers, anxious, social, but selective, and will fight a shark. Honestly, that's like every woman over her 40s. I don't know about y'all, but I be ready to fight over anything. I just be angry. I just feel like I'm in my middle age, just ready to fight. Okay. Okay. I know y'all are probably like, girl, what are you talking about? I'm so confused right now. How are you a dolphin? If you are still watching, please subscribe because I need you to be a part of my unbalanced community. I am talking about chronotypes. So it turns out there are different biological sleep types. Okay, there's the lion, wolf, and bear, and then there's me, the dolphin, because she's aquatonique. Okay, I don't even think that's a word. Anyway, not everybody's just built to get up at 5 a.m. Let's stop that propaganda right there. The 5 a.m. people, you're psychopaths. Just kidding. We don't shame anyone around here. So this is according to an article from Very Well Health. I am going to read that in a recent study, researchers showed that how a genetic mutation can change the timing of a person's biological clock. A longer clock means people go to sleep later and have difficulty waking up in the morning. In a study published by the Proceedings of the National Academy of Science, it was investigated how a variation in the tail region of one of the 4 key clock protein, which I'm going to say this word wrong, it's called the cryptochrome, but it affects the person's circadian rhythms. The work is inspired by a 2017 paper that reported the discovery of the mutation and its effects on your biological clock, not your like womb or whatever. Or maybe it is. So a quick explainer before I get more in depth for the dolphin sleepers, because I feel like there's probably a lot of people who actually there's not. We're a small percentage. But anyway, let me just give you a breakdown of the different chronotypes. So there are lions, like I said. The lions are early risers, annoying but effective. Bears. Most people are bears. They are sun followers, like they wake up with the sunrise, they wind down when the sun sets. And then there's the wolf. Now, the wolf is where, in this article where I'm pulling this from, the wolf is the true night owl. They go to bed at midnight or later, but still can function throughout the day. And then there's the dolphins. We are the 10%, a little anxious, high achievers, and we are more prone to insomnia. Yeah, so this is really gonna hit. This is really gonna hit for people who suffer from really bad insomnia, which I think I've struggled with insomnia since middle school, I think. And I wonder if it's like a family thing. Like the women in my family, um, my grandmother, my mom, my aunt, we're anxious women. We are very anxious women and sleep deprived. We go to bed very, very late. Yeah, so the dolphins, they are sensitive to light. The brain kind of never shuts off. There's no winding down. Like, in the middle of the, or when it's time to go to bed, you end up negotiating when you should go to sleep instead of just going to bed. I'm jealous of the people who are like, their body just knows, like, okay, it's time to go to bed, and they just lay down and they go to sleep. And then there's the 10% of us who lay there awake, wishing we can go to bed. But no, we ride at dawn literally because we're still up. That's why we're like, oh yeah, I'm down for whatever. It's 4 a.m. I wasn't going to bed anyway. But it's like kind of cool to know it's just how you're biologically made. But you know what? This honestly kind of made me feel vindicated because I remember when I was 26, I had my first big girl job. I was doing a 9 to 5, and I was like, yuck, these hours. And I just remember my boss was like, don't worry, you're gonna get used to the going to bed. Like once there's gonna be a time where your body just gets used to it. I am 46. When I tell you I have never ever gotten used to it. And I'm sure there's probably some of you lion and wolves and bears that are like, girl, I ain't used to it either. But there's people like my dad who naturally, I think my dad would probably be a bear. No, my dad is actually a lion. He's definitely someone who, he's an early riser. Like up, and he's chipper. He's one of those people. Like I remember I would drive him to school because if I wanted the car for the day, drive him to school. I would take my daddy to school. I had to go to work. I had to raise 2 parents on my own by myself. Okay, anyway, I would drive him to work if I wanted the car for the day to take myself to school. But I would take my dad to work, and I'm like, but I'm still half asleep because he would go to work so early. Like the sun wouldn't even be out. And he'd be like, so, how's it going? You ready for the day? I got more dad jokes. And I'll be like, Dad, please do not talk to me. Like, I'm also that person too. Do not talk to me. Or like the people before you even sit down at your desk, or as soon as you sit down, they're like, hey, what are you doing there? How was your weekend? Or, hey, can we get that report? What's going on? We need that report. We got that meeting later. You know, you got those people. Or I'll even have my headphones in. I'm like, hello. I feel like the headphones in is also an indicator that, like, if you saw me come to the office and my headphones are still in, don't talk to me. I'm not a like butt coffee first girl. Like, okay, that's also not it for me. But I'm just someone who's like, I'm probably not ready to talk until like 11 a.m. Like then I'm like, okay, morning's over. I guess I can like start having a conversation. So also I feel like this is something that's not talked about enough, is how productivity, learning, creativity all looks different because you're fighting your chronotype. And once you know how you are biologically designed to go about your day, things could be so much different and so much easier for you. Like it's okay. Like there's nothing wrong with you. You're just not wired for capitalism. That's what I had to find out the hard way. I'm a creative girly. I mean, honestly, biologically aside, I feel like capitalism is all a trap and a dream that we were sold. But that's a whole nother podcast that I don't want to go down right now. And like a wise woman once said, you're on the right track. Baby, I was born this way. But guys, as we come to a close, I really appreciate you for going down this train with me. You probably didn't know where I was going today with this episode. But no, I will put the chronotype info below so you can figure out which animal you are. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all the things that you do for a podcast that you love. And if you want to hear more CoPay and science lore, also, if you want me to do a more in-depth, like how to do productivity for your sleep type, I can do that for you. Okay? Thanks for listening.